Are we alright with the light? Because Scott's got a lot of light on him and I haven't. Is that alright with you?
You go in the light, you look prettier than me.
Great set.
We're doing it now.
We're doing it now. It's alright. Sorry, but I'm being serious now.
Oh, really?
I'm sorry, I'm a bit hoarse. A bit of an interview, a bit hoarse. I've been screaming like mad on the dance floor there. Top night, top tunes.
That wasn't you that threw the knickers at me, was it?
I have to say, I am commander anyway, but you know, what can I say? Yeah, great time. Tell us a few bits about perhaps how you got into the music industry. Could you cover that just in a few words?
The short story, the short version. Basically, I was messing about at home with I had a 4-track cassette recorder. It wasn't even like a proper 4-track machine. It was just a 4-track tape machine. And I used to like loop records, record pause, loop in a Simon Harris Breaks LP to make them beats up. Because the loops were only like a minute and a half, so I used to stretch them out to like 6-7 minutes. And then I had a little Casio SK5 sampler, which was, no one's going to remember what this is, but it was like a £50 kid sampler.
I think they had them on Swap Shop, didn't they?
Probably,
yeah. Sorry.
Mine may have ended up on there as it goes. Yeah, so I had that, and I had a cool Monopoly synthesizer and a Mattel Synsonic drum machine.
Oh, yeah.
So I used to just kind of put all that. I didn't have any idea what sequencism was or anything like that. I just used to kind of make stuff up, record it to tape, and just mess about. I wasn't planning on doing anything. My kind of plan, I wanted to be an actor. That's what I thought I would do in my twisted brain. I thought at some point, that's what I'll do. But I was messing about making some tracks, and my girlfriend said to me, "Look, these are pretty good. You should send them off to a record label." And I was like, "Nah." And she was like, "Just try it. Send it off to one." So I just looked in my record box. The first record I pulled out was it was The Scientist on Kicking Records. Had the address on the back, so I just sent the tape in. Got a phone call a couple of days later. About 2 weeks later, I was signed in the studio. And that was it. That was 1990. So it wasn't like, I'd love to say I struggled hard, but it wasn't really like that.
I discovered house in 1990, but I've been in a wasteland maybe a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
I'm now a student at EBS Music. We've got lots of guys on the course, most of whom are half my age. How would you perhaps advise some of them to stand out in the music industry as DJ producers?
And that's the trick, isn't it, really? I mean, I suppose the key is to be original. I mean, that's what everyone will say. You have to have something that's slightly different to everyone else. And also just be good at what you do. But I think more importantly than any of that is you have to believe in yourself. I think that's a big part of it. I think confidence is everything. If you believe something is good, other people will believe it's good. If you believe it's rubbish, other people will say, yeah, it is rubbish, you're right. And so I think that's a massive part of it. But also, another big side of it as well is enjoy it, man. I mean, like when I was doing all the stuff on Nice and Right back in the early 90s, I was living for the studio, probably too much. I mean, I was a proper studio slut. I was in there every waking hour and just making music constantly. I'd turn out 4-track EPs in an evening, just da 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 boom da boom da. And I can't do that now. I'm way too bummed out for that.
So presumably you're saying you produce, and from the vast production you have several tracks that you would then release rather than, it's very easy to spend too much time on the wrong tracks, doing the wrong bit of production, and you get a polished curve that's a load of crap.
Well, I'll tell you what, one brilliant bit of advice I'll give you, which is something that I probably still need to I should listen to this myself actually. Don't take too long on stuff. The quicker you can get something done and finished, because a track is never finished, it will never be finished. You can sit and keep going back forever, and you'll always, there's not a single record that I've ever released that I can sit there and say I'm 100% happy with it. There's always something wrong. Something, the hi-hat's too loud, a bass sounds clashing or something, there's always something. But you have to learn to just detach and say, that's it, move on, something else.
Grant, thank you very much.
Thanks,
it's been a great evening.
Thank you, that was a lot of fun. Cheers.
Do we want some extra bits like me going? We've got time for one last question. Should we do one last question? Is that the question? Can you relax his arm?
I don't see why not.